How are you, students? How are you, beautiful students? So, let us start the practice of target costing. As we have discussed in the chapter, it's a technique where we study that cost of your own demand is of no use. You have to see the selling price, the market selling price, and then you see that what's your desired profit. Just deduct that desired profit from the target selling price, the market selling price, competitive selling price, and then calculate the cost that is your target to achieve, like the target cost. And then you have to obviously do the production, do incur the cost within that target cost to achieve the proper profit and sell the product at market selling price, because it's a competitive environment and you can't set the selling price more than the competitor or more than the market selling price. Let us start the MCQs from the Kaplan. First MCQ of target costing. In the target costing, which one of the following would be an appropriate strategy to reduce a cost gap for a product that existed in the competitive industry with demanding shareholders? We have to tell one of the following, which is the good strategy to reduce the cost gap. What was the cost gap? The difference between normal cost, the difference between the normal cost and the difference between the normal cost and target cost. The difference between the normal cost and target cost. Okay. So increase the selling price? No. If you are increasing the selling price, that's not the right strategy, because main issue in the target costing was don't increase the selling price. Take that selling price according to the market. Okay, reduce the expectation gap by reducing selling price. No, in target costing, you are not like that, increase or decrease the selling price. You are like taking the proper selling price of market and just what you have to do is to reduce your cost, not your selling price. Reducing the desired margin of the product. No. Again, no. You are not supposed to increase or decrease the required margin, profit margin, or selling price. You are required to reach the cost that is according to the target. D. Mechanizing production in order to reduce average production cost. Yes. Basically, use that mechanism through which you can reduce your average production cost, because this is the way you can reduce the cost cap. So D is the answer. Next MCQ. The predicted selling price for the product has been set at $56 per unit. This is the selling price. Desired markup is 25%. Okay. And material cost of the product is expected to be $16 before allowing for any additional material to allow for the shrinkage of 20%. Like they are saying that this cost of material is actually the cost that is before allowing any shrinkage means, because obviously sometimes you take the material in the production and it shrinks, due to which it gets lower in quantity. Like it's written that for every 10 kg material going in, only 8 kgs come out, means you are like inputting 10 kgs and you are getting output 8 kg. According to that, we have to do that. Okay, if the labor is only other cost means first cost was material and labor is only the other cost, the second cost, and 2 hours are needed, means labor's 2 hours are needed for the production. What is the most the business can pay per hour if cost gap is to be avoided? We have to tell that what is the maximum rate per hour we can give if we want to avoid cost gap as well. Let us do that. It's very easy. Just we know the selling price is $56. We know the selling price is $56. We know the selling price is $56. Okay, out of that we have to deduct the desired margin to calculate target cost. First we'll calculate complete target cost, then we'll go towards the rate. How? I will tell. Just first calculate. Desired margin was 25%. Markup. So desired markup was 25%. Markup means that cost is 100%. Margin means selling price 100%. Markup means Cost is 100%. If cost is 100% and markup is 25%, so it means we know that cost plus profit is equal to selling price. If cost is 100% because it's markup, in markup cost is the base and base is always 100%, and profit is 25%. So we know 100 plus 25, selling price percentage is 125%. Selling price percentage is 125% means I am writing here it's 125%. What is 125%? This $56 selling price is 125%. Through that, we can easily calculate desired margin. How? We know that if there is percentage and we have to calculate and other value with the use of percentage, what we will do, the value we are given with is a selling price, so it's 56, not 156, sorry, it's 56 divided by its own percentage 125. No need to write percentage sign with it, just divide by 125 value, multiply with the percentage of which value you have to go. Like for example, you want to calculate desired margin, its percentage is 25, so multiply with 25, you will get the value of desired margin. You will get the value of desired margin. 56 divided by 125 multiply 25, it's 11.2. It's 11.2, 11.2, 11.2. 56 divided by 125 multiply 25 is 11.2. Means we come to know that desired margin is 11.2. Desired margin, the profit margin we want to earn is 11.2 according to 56 selling price. According to 56 selling price. Okay. From there, we will calculate the target cost. Now we'll calculate the target cost. We'll calculate the target cost. We'll calculate the target cost. Okay, wait. Right. So it's 56 minus 11.2. 44.8 is the target cost. Means we have to manage the complete cost within this 44.8. It's the logic. Okay. Now we know that there are two types of cost. One is material cost and one is labor cost, because he is saying that he's discussed about material cost in the question. And after that, if labor is the only other cost, means the business is only two costs, material and labor. So what we will do, we'll deduct all material cost from it. First, we'll deduct all material cost from target cost, separate it, and if we're able to separate the material cost, we're left with the labor cost. We're left with the labor cost. From there, we can calculate rate per hour easily. So this target cost, some cost is of material, some cost is of labor. Let us calculate the material cost. For material cost, they are saying the material cost of the product is $16, but he's saying it's not the that cost, it's not that cost, that is the input cost. They're saying before allowing additional material allow for this shrinkage. Basically, we have to allow for shrinkage, mean there was a shrinkage that we have not written here. Okay, we'll write for material. What I'm going to do here, I'm doing another working here. Let's see. We have input the material and we know that we get output, right? And obviously there was some wastages as well. So formula of input is output plus wastage. Formula, if you remember in F2, you have done the process costing, in which you have done input is equal to output or finished goods plus normal loss, if you remember. Same formula here. So we have gotten the value of output, that was $16 material. We know that the final material we are using in the final material we are using in the product, final material we are using in the unit of the product is of $16. So it's the output that of $16 material is being used in the product, in 1 unit of product. Okay, let's see what was our input, how much our input cost us, because there was some shrinkage as well. If you know it's written shrinkage of 20%. Okay, we come to know here that wastages means shrinkage is 20%. Shrinkage is 20%. Just run your mind. Focus. 20% wastage, 20% shrinkage. Okay. And we know input is always the base, because out of input, some is output and some is wastage. So input is base. So input is always 100%. Input is always 100% means output is 80%, because 80 plus 20 is equal to 100. 80 plus 20 is equal to 100. Why output is 80? Why output is not 100? Because out of output there was not wastage. Out of input 20% was the wastage. Out of input 20% was the wastage. So out of input means that input is the base and it will be 100%. Out of that, 20% is the wastage. 20% is the wastage. Okay, so $16 represent 80%. We want input. How much material, how much value of material was used as an input? After that, 20% shrinked and we get $16 material. Okay, let's continue. We'll do $16 divided by its own percentage 80. Same percentage formula we have done here. Multiply, we want to calculate input value, multiply 100, so it will be $20. It means just focus, use your mind. It's still brand new mind. It's still brand new mind. Use it. So input was $20. Input means material that was input in the process was $20, and 20% was shrink. So take 20% of 20. 20% of 20 is 4. 20% of 20 is 4. Obviously, out of that $20 material, $4 material shrinked. Remaining $16. Basically, we have to do the reverse calculation. We have to go from output to input, not from input to output. Why we are calculating input? Because we must know that what our total cost was. In this target cost 44.8, what our total cost was? Our total cost was not 16. 16 was after shrinkage of 20%. Bro, you have to understand the concept. So $20 is the input. Out of that, 20% shrinked and you left with $16 material per unit. So $20 is the material out of it. It means if 44.8 is the target cost, you have to be in this range. $20 goes for material. Okay, done, no issue, go. Remaining labor cost. So for labor, what we can afford? 24.8. Like we must incur labor cost of maximum 24.8 because we want to be in the target, and target is 44.8. Just throw material cost out of that. It's okay. $20 side, $20 at side. Now focus on labor. Labor is 24.8. We can only pay labor 24.8, and if we are successful in it, we'll reach the target cost and easily sell at say 56. So 24.8 is the labor cost, and he is saying that for the labor 2 hours are needed. So he is asking that for 1 hour rate per hour, what rate we can give. So we have just 24.8 cost that is left, and we have to adjust the labor within it. But labor has to work 2 hours. So what we can afford, we'll divide by 2 so that we can calculate rate per hour 12.4. So to the labor, we can only give 12.40 rate. 40. Why I have written not only the 440? Because it's written 2 decimal places. In exam, you have to focus that as well. Answer was 12.4, but you have to write 12.40. Only 12.4 is wrong because he has told you to write in 2 decimal places. Means after points there must be two values. If it's one value, write 0 after that. Write 0 after that. I've written that. So 12.4 is the maximum rate that I can afford to give to the labor for 1 hour. For 2 hours, 24.8. Good. Production done. Material was of $20 input. So 20 plus 24.8, 44.8. I am successful if I am able to give that. If I am giving more than 12.4, then it will be greater than 24.8. Total labor cost 26, 28, 29, 30, and material is 20, 30 plus 20, 50. No, now you are not reaching, not focusing on the cost gap, not reducing the cost gap. Reduce the cost gap. The main focus of target costing, right? After that, which of the following techniques is not relevant to the target costing? Value analysis, we have done that. We have to do the value analysis to see what we are providing to customer. Variance analysis, this is the answer. Variance analysis is not related to target costing. It's another chapter. If you remember, standard costing chapter in F2 MA, we have done variance analysis, and in F5 we'll do that as well. But here, if you see variance analysis is not the part. Functional analysis and activity analysis is the part of target costing. Means functional analysis, basically we see how our products functions are working, how our what activities we are adding, what activities we are doing to produce the material. So this analysis we do so that we can reduce the cost. But variance analysis is something else. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm drinking tea and I'm drinking a cup of tea. So if you want to drink, no issue. Just make it and drink. Okay, let's continue to the next question. 43. Let's continue to the next question. 43. The selling price of product Sigma. The selling price of product Sigma is set to be $50. Okay, selling price is $250 for each unit, and sales for coming year is expected to be 500 units. Okay, units are 500, units are 500 and selling price is 250. Company requires a return of 15%, 15% in the coming year on its investment of 250,000. Actually what company requires the profit of company requires the return or profit of 15% of its investment in the first year. Okay, so 15% multiply, the investment was 250,000. Investment was 250,000. So 250,000 multiply 15% is 37,500. Means the company wants the profit of 37,500. The company wants the profit of 37,500, which is the desired profit of the company, right? Which is the desired profit of the company. So we know the target market selling price minus desired profit is equal to target cost. We have to calculate it. So it's total profit the company wants. What we'll do, we'll calculate the desired profit per unit, because we want target cost per unit and we have target selling price 250 per unit. So we'll have to calculate first desired profit per unit. It will be 37,500 divided by number of units was 500. Number of units was 500. 37,500 divided by 500. So 75 it comes. 75 it comes. 75 means that this 75 is a desired profit of the company. The profit the company wants to make. The profit the company wants to make. 250 minus 75 is 175. Target cost is 175. Target cost is 175. D is the answer. How? Desired profit was 250, 15% of 250, resulting in 37,500. Total profit divided by number of units for profit per unit. Why profit per unit? Because we need target cost per unit and we have selling price of per unit. So 250 minus that desired profit per unit, there was 75, resulting in the target cost of 175. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question. Okay, wait. Mhm. Okay, so let's start the next question. Okay, VC company is the company of opticians. Opticians. It provides a range of services to public such as eye tests, contact eye lens consultation, and has separate dispensary selling glasses and contact lenses. Patient book appointments with optician in advance. In advance, the standard appointment is 30 minutes long, during which an optician will assess the patient's specific requirements and provide them with the eye care services they need. After the appointment, patients are offered the chance to buy contact lenses or glasses from dispensary. Actually, this VC is the company that is also providing eye tests and contact lens consultations, and also the customers are given the chance to buy the contact lenses or glasses from the dispensary. Means they are doing the work at the same time. Which of the following describe the characteristic of the services provided by opticians at VC during the standard appointment? Okay, if you see, first of all, it's written tangible. Tangible. As the services, we know services they are providing, dispensary services is never tangible. We have studied it's intangible. Homogeneous, no. Services are not homogeneous. Services are not homogeneous. Homogeneous means that what is homogeneous services? Homogeneous basically word. It means that every time you are taking services, it's same. even the services are even. Just understand the concept. Even the services are, again, even the services are standardized. Looks like standardized. For example, I'm teaching you F5 in this batch. In the next batch, again, I'll teach F5. Next batch, again, F5. But the way of teaching will not be 100% same in all the batch, right? Sometimes questions are more, questions are less important question, less important question. Services are heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means every time you are providing the services, there may be the chance of change, the variations, obviously. So services are never homogeneous, that it's not standardized. Like product is standardized. If I made the calculator, I can make 100,000 of the calculators same. It's homogeneous. But for the services are not, they are not homogeneous. Okay, non-perishable. They written that it's non-perishable. No, non-perishable basically it can be stored. It's right in case of services. But if you see that this PC company is basically divided into two types of business: service and product, both. Services, which services? They are providing the tests. Eye tests are the services, and product, obviously they are giving the contact lenses and glasses. Glasses are the product. So you can't say that it's not totally non-perishable. Services are non-perishable. It can't be stored, but products can be stored. So we have to tell according to that. Like tangible products are tangible, but services are not. That's why it's not the answer. Homogeneous services are not homogeneous. Heterogeneous, they're heterogeneous, but product are homogeneous. Okay. So again, both of them are not for the business. Homogeneous is not for the entire operations. After non-perishable, it's non-perishable services, but products are perishable. They can be stored. Okay, D is simultaneous. Yes, simultaneous. Actually, it's simultaneous. Why simultaneous? Because we know that services are being provided at the same time, and the other person have to take the services on the same time, because it's a 30 minutes long appointment. One patient comes for eye testing. We do the eye testing, we do the consultations and all that, and after that at the same time we say that you can have a chance, you can buy the contact lenses if you want. It means simultaneous basically means that at the time you are providing the services, that the person who's taking services, they are taking services at the same time, and it's a characteristic of services. So product, for both of the product, like service and product, we are offering in this 30 minutes long appointment, we are offering all of that. Like we are providing services and product, and we are giving the chance to other person to take services and product at the same time. So that's why it's simultaneous. It's simultaneous. The first three is not basically the characteristics according to the case. Okay, now match the stages required to correct step number to describe the sequence used when operating target cost. When operating target cost, we have to tell the sequence. We have to tell the sequence. Okay, let us discuss the sequence properly here. Let us discuss the sequence properly here. First of all, step number one. Step number one. First, this is the first point. So always, when you are obviously doing the business or doing focusing the target costing concept, first thing you have to do is to develop the product concept. Always you will first develop the concept of the product, that what is the product. Okay, after that if you see, second thing you have to see is, second thing you have to determine, second step what you will do, you will set the selling price first. You will not calculate the cost of product first, right? First is like step one is this. Step two is set the selling price, not the cost. Cost in target costing, you calculate cost at the end after selling price minus desired margin, the desired profit margin. Okay. Step three. Step three is obviously we will determine the profit. You will determine the profit. Then step four, calculate the cost. Step four is calculate the cost. So first, second, third, fourth. Cost at fourth step. Cost at fourth step. After that, you calculate the cost gap. Step five is the cost gap. Step five is the cost gap. And when you do everything like calculating the from the selling price to calculating the cost gap, after complete procedure, at last you must do the analysis. To use functional and value analysis. Analysis means that you see after the product, after you cut the cost and you reach the target cost, and now you are okay with everything, that cost is okay, selling price is okay. At that point you analyze everything, that everything is okay. Value analysis, is there anything more that can be ignored, or is there anything that is like decreasing the value of the product? So you do the analysis at that point, that customer is not dissatisfied from us. So these are the 6 steps basically they was asking in a sequence. Describe the sequence when using target costing. It was a sequence. Just learn it because it can become in like MCQ, just free marks. It's not like technical thing. So till here it was, I think, yes, target costing MCQs are ended here. Meet you guys in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye.